Alright, I think we are back. I'm gonna check to make sure the stream is going. I certainly hope it is. That way we can continue the confectionery case. Yeah, I see us streaming here now. Okay, let's continue. Miss Scone's testimony. Oh, and I do remember, even though it's been 2 weeks, that it looks like they tried to make one room look like the winter room.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to have tails. They're supposed to be like humans, like regular people. Let me see. I'm gonna say, yeah, that.
Because it's Taurus and something. When they're uncovered, it's Capricorn.
Yeah, they're supposed to be Gemini, I believe.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, yeah. So a lot was changed. They sure are taking their time. I thought this was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Heh, sorry to keep you losers waiting. But wait no longer, I won the race to find Delicious Scone, and here she is. Hello, dears. This lovely young man said you wanted to speak to me.
She's like a child.
I mean, she wouldn't be a child now. Right? Delicious to my pals, and even Miss Delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever I want. Alright, Winnie Pooh, whatever you say. It's lovely to meet you, dearie. So much for calling me the winner. Oh, have we met before, young man? Hey, get a load of this, Delicia. That's Miles Edgeworth, Gregory's son. Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Milesy Smiles. You must address me by my given name, just Miles will do. Ooh-hoo-hoo, Greggy Pegleg's boy! And all grown up, too. Make me feel my age, why don't you?
It's just so, I wonder, like,
I wonder just how old she is!
my question is, maybe she's a pharmacist, right? And she just showed she likes to eat. Like, what the hell is she still doing there?
I don't know. She still likes to eat. I suppose. Oh dear. Eustace, I believe we have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh yeah, what brings you to the gallery today, Miss Cone?
Yeah.
Why, I came to see your dear old Moody Judy, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me visiting her now. I understand you helped look after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath of the attack. Oh, I didn't do much, really. Just whipped up a quick antidote for the old doctor. Wow, you can make an antidote just like that? Oh yes, dear. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can throw together just about any medicine you like. It certainly helped that the medical room was well equipped, though. We were much better off treating him here than losing vital minutes taking him to the hospital. Anyway, we did what we could. The rest, well, that's up to him. And do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Oh yes, well, sort of. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently he's famous these days, one of the best confectioners in the world, or so they say. Interesting. So he's a well-known public figure. Oh yes, dear. He was on the news and everything. Confectionery crafting king of the world, they said.
So he went from not being able to craft, like, a seahorse to now
It's now famous.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, he could improve. See, old dog really went to Zhang Fa and up this game, just like he said he would. Perhaps if we could proceed to the matter at hand, Miss Scone. Are you familiar with a substance known as Infesticide Ultra? Of course, dear. You use it well, to get rid of you-know-whats. Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. Might I ask what you mean by you-know-whats? The little blighters that frighten the life out of poor innocent ladies like yours truly, that's what. Is that a new face for her?
Is she talking about cockroaches?
Ghastly little creatures running around people's nice clean kitchens and terrorizing them, unless she's talking about rats. Oh, I get it. Those. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Are you aware of what happens when the chemicals asphyxian and ubiquium are combined? Oh, yes? It's right there in the Infesticide Ultra instructions. Do not mix with products containing ubiquium, ever. Because if you do, they react with each other and make a horrible poisonous gas. Weren't they suspecting Delicious Scone? Isn't that what Eustace and...
Yes, because we got somebody else off the hook.
Yeah. We got, butts off the hook. What was it again? Effects of inhalation, including respiratory complications, and, well, death. And poor old Gusty very nearly didn't make it. To make that much gas, you need, probably 500 milliliters of each chemical, I'd say. She certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Ubiquium's awfully thick and sticky, and it heats up very quickly indeed. It's also bright red and smells minty fresh. Oh, and cheap as chips. That's why they use it in everything. Asphyxian's more watery, and it's white in color. That will do, thank you. You are clearly well-versed, well-informed, Scone. As well I should be, dearie. After all, Infesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully, terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. Yes, Miss Scone, very interesting indeed. I think that tells us all we need to know. Strange, I thought she suspected Miss Scone. Something in that smile makes me wonder if she has some other angle in mind. What is it, Detective Flatfoot? Any developments to report? Yes, sir. Turns out the sculpture's glass display case is open from the top. Seriously, we're conducting Gumshoe? Huh, that's rather unusual. And the temperature inside can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces case was kept at 26 degrees, dang near got my hand stuck to it. We're lucky you escaped alive. Anything more relevant to the case? Yeah, they found something on the underside of the top part of the Pisces case. Traces of ubiquium. Oh ho, now we're talking. That's odd. If there was ubiquium stuck to it, it should have stayed stuck. After all, at 26 degrees, it would have been frozen solid. It would, huh? So how did things wind up as they are now? I think Kay might be able to help us figure out just that. Or at least Mr. Thief might. Hey, you guys are that desperate to get on my good side, huh? Fine, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but take it away. Can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy. But whatever, anything for the truth. Before you get too carried away, the Goddess of Justice has no need of your help. We will find the truth ourselves. Youch, why so frosty, Judge G? Your baby prosecutor just gave us the big thumbs up. What's the big issue here? Ooh, wait, don't tell me the committee has some dirty little secret it doesn't want us finding out. I am not required to explain myself to you. But if you feel that you absolutely must participate in the investigation, perhaps you can prove to me that it'll be worth our while to keep you around. What exactly does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release of the poison gas? If you can answer that question, I will consent to your participation in the investigation. You hear the lady smiles. Somebody opened the Pisces case and let out that gas. Considering what we've learned so far, there's only one person it could possibly be, no? Yes, the answer is indisputable. In that case, please kindly provide it now. Who released the poison gas? Boy. Taking 2 weeks off is not very helpful. Okay, so it's gotta be somebody on here. It wasn't Eddie. It wasn't Eustace. It wasn't Verily or Verity.
I think it's best to himself. Shouldn't who else have been in there for that too?
Possibly. Yeah, because Delicia... I guess let's go with Gusto.
Take that!
Like he opened it but didn't really know who was there? The victim, Carmelo Gusto, was the only person to have entered the Autumn Wing. Thus only he could have opened the case. Correct, that appears to be the only logical answer. Very well, I will permit your participation in this investigation to continue. However, if at any point I feel you are contributing nothing of value, you will be removed immediately. Understood. Even if Mr. Gusto did... Well, I don't know why I call him Mr. Gusto. It's probably Mr. Gusto. Did open the case, we still have no idea why.
That makes me think that he didn't think it was in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me what you want to see. Let's use the data we've collected to recreate the scene before the poison gas went off. On it! Eek! Don't scare me like that! Why does she have her back turned? Oh, I guess she's just looking at the Taurus. So this is what you were talking about. You're Mr. Thief. Let's begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. This generous amount of ubiquium frozen to the underside of the top part of the case. Yeah, which is what's keeping that lid on real tight. The actual glass lid is all cracked though, right? Somebody really went to town on your little house there, Pisces. Do we have any idea how the glass lid might have come to be so cracked? Well, it doesn't look like the outer-facing side of the glass suffered any damage. I see, so we have a cracked piece of glass that we know was ice-cold on its inner-facing side. And we also know that it wasn't damaged to any direct way on its outer-facing surface. Thoughts? Ice-cold makes me think of the way you glare at people, sir. Cracks make me think about those deeply etched lines on your forehead. It was cracked by heat expansion. Applying heat to ice-cold glass from the outside will cause it to crack. Huh, well I appreciate the science lesson, but why is it all heat crack in the first place? Why indeed, a heat-cracked glass lid, lined on its underside with frozen ubiquium. Looks like the cat that got the cream, Miles Sereno. You know what happened, don't you? I certainly do, and what's more, I know how Mr. Gusto opened the case. What? But you didn't give me a chance to figure it out first. It would have been quite the wait. Well, don't keep it to yourself, Edgeworth. I want answers. How did Mr. Gusto open the case?
Take that!
Used blowtorch. The blowtorch showed signs of having been used recently when it was found here in the Autumn Wing. I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack. A blowtorch? Who uses a blowtorch to open a glass case? Oh, I get it. Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquium so he could open the lid. Indeed. Yeah, you beat me to the answer by a second, but we'll see who wins in the end. Don't try and tell us you nearly had it. You didn't have a clue. Nuh-uh, it was Edred making things hard to understand. Hey, would you mind updating the recreation so that Mr. Winter can follow along too? Sure, just for him. Alright, here goes. I still don't get what Verity sees in Eustace.
I feel like there's some kind of relationship that we don't know yet.
Yeah. And he's, he's pretentious, but I don't think he's evil. I think he's just young and pretentious. Mr. Gusto was alone in the Autumn Wing. While he was in here, he used his blowtorch to melt the frozen ubiquium on the underside of the lid. Uh-huh, and? As the ubiquium melted and mixed with the asphyxiant that was already present inside the glass case, thereby producing our poisonous gas. When Mr. Gusto had finally managed to open the lid, he would have released the gas and poisoned himself. He made it as far as the fountain room where he collapsed. So we opened the case, and out came the gas, huh? Seems we got there in the end. Why the heck did Doodle-Doo did he want to open the case in the first place? I'm not sure. In fact, we don't even know what his ultimate goal was. I'm thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did. To check out not the Autumn Wing, but the Winter Wing. You remember, right? I thought this was where the Winter Wing was when we first got here. Caught you out too, did it, my little Eddie Lumpkin? I was ever so confused, what with it being where Chillywinks' room was all those years ago. There's even the same little tree in front of the blessed door. Who wouldn't be all at 6s and 7s, eh? Did everyone involved with the IS-7 incident make the same mistake? I think we need to go and take another look at the Winter Wing. Time to see how quickly I can convince Mr. Winter, I suppose. Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer. The answer to what exactly? The man was going to end it all. A dramatic, exit stage left sort of artsy-fartsy farewell. Have you been listening at all this whole time? At my level, I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on. Perhaps I can explain a few of the finer details to you later, Eustace. Winner's prerogative. Winners? Ah, sure. Thanks, Cavell. Thank you indeed. I find it's always best to leave things like child wrangling to a professional. In the meantime, don't you have something to tell Mr. Edgeworth and his friends? Oh yeah, I totally forgot. What is it now? I took the liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it for me. That's nothing to brag about, you know. Shut up! Can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put a pin in my suicide theory for now, yeah. I have something more important to tell you. It was Miss Delicious who set up the poison gas trap. Eek! How could you say that? I was greatly saddened to learn of this, Miss Scone. Your profession is one dedicated to saving lives, and yet you used your expertise to try to take one. I beg your pudding? How dare you? I didn't know such thing. Perhaps you could explain, Mr. Winter? Heh, you bet I can. Get a load of this. This is Miss Delicious's pharmacist license. I like how she's wearing what appears to be a chef's hat in her pharmacist license.
Right, because she shouldn't be a baker.
Yeah. I guess there's no point in giving her a separate outfit for it. And it says right here that she's authorized to handle Infesticide Ultra. A product that we have established contains asphyxiant, one of the ingredients of our poison gas. Exactly! It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person, she's a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. This is all just a terrible misunderstanding.
Objection!
And that's not all. There was a bottle of Infesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. Eek! We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical room. What better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, hmm? No. There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Infesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound, the owner of the gallery, meaning you would have had access to the building and ample opportunity to prepare your trap. No, dear, listen, you don't understand. That Infesticide Ultra was stolen from me. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar. I thought so too. Ah, here we go. I knew it was here somewhere. Look. What is this? There's something written on it, I think. April 1st, complaint filed, fence theft, item stolen, Infesticide Ultra 1 bottle. It's a crime report relating to a theft. A what? See, you silly billies? I told you somebody pinched it off me a week ago, no less. By which you mean to say that it was not in your possession at any point today. That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know. And I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but, well, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. And now, thanks to silly old me, someone's gone and mixed up a cloud of poison gas with the stuff. I see, but why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance around with you? Like I said, just in case. You never know when one of them might appear. You mean the ghastly little creatures that run around in people's nice, clean kitchens type of them? You could just roll up a newspaper and whack! One and done. Okay, that must be a roach then. Scaval, what do I do now? Ah, of course. I think perhaps it might be wise to confirm the authenticity of the crime report just to be safe. It can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story, after all. She may be lying to us. Good idea. Alright, I'm gonna go give the precinct a call. Don't go anywhere. So Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed, if she really were the one who set up the poison gas trap, then I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her. So who do you think did it, Smiles? Someone with knowledge of the victim's likely behavior, and the time and the means to prepare. Two factors which point to one very specific person. Oh? Oh yeah, and who might that be? Who had the means to seal the Infesticide Ultra in just one room up to look like another? Well, I guess it'd have to be Judy Bound then, wouldn't it?
Take that!
Surely, surely only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could possibly have prepared in such a way. We'll need some solid evidence to support such a theory, nonetheless. So it was her, huh? Strange, it's like he already knew. Phew, nice shooting, Maserino. I might have to make that associate position a permanent deal. That is not what I was hoping for. Ahem, I'm back with results. The police have confirmed that the theft really was reported and logged. Which means we may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions, team. You mean that every single one of your conclusions proved to be hogwash? No, I mean we're only just getting started. Oh, then what's our next move? Well, first we need to go and talk to Miss Bound. And then I'll think about what to do after that. Eustace, Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been the Winter Wing. Perhaps it would be worth having someone investigate that room more thoroughly? Oh yeah, we should totally do that. Flatfoot, go investigate the Winter Wing. Ah, yes, sir. Gavel, we're going to talk to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace. We'll join you if you don't mind. All right, you have your orders. Go talk to Bound for me. Hey, Mr. Winter, weren't we going to talk with Miss Bound ourselves? Sure, but I thought, why not let the grunts handle the grunt work, you know? Means I can sit back and wait for their report, a winning strategy. You spoiled little. He's so exhausting, I need a break. Huh? There's something in the fountain. Eek! Oh.
Is it his body again?
No, I think it's a lady's body.
Remember the guy who died was, somebody cleaned up the body.
But it couldn't be his body 8 years later, though. But I see the long hair.
I see what you're saying.
But it looks like a lady.
The other guy had long hair, too.
Order in the court. Somebody call forensics. Bad news, sir. Really bad news. Order. I will have order, detective. The ice sculptures of the Winter Wing. They've all melted. What? Did? Huh? Say? He was supposed to say you. Oh, that was good. What is the meaning of this? Now we have two victims? Yeesh, talk about deja vu. Just like 18 years ago, even the ice is melted again. Again? This is like some weird rerun. Same people, same everything. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is no winky-dink. You're with me, right, Malserino? I am. And I think the answers lie in the IS-7 incident itself. In fact, I'm convinced of it. Heck, great minds think alike. Alrighty then. Time for another trip down memory lane. Alright, we're stopping there because you're out of it. I knew you weren't going to last an hour.
I mean, I was kind of close.
Let's take a look. 23 minutes. You weren't close at all.
I feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, I knew when you got that blanket on you tied with the pillows. I'm like, you ain't lasting.
I'll stay here with you if you play something
That's what I'll probably do. All right. Well, I'm quite intrigued with the case. It looks like we're going to go back to Miles' dad and young, oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? Young Fender. And then, I guess we'll come back to here somehow.
else. I'll be better tomorrow.
Yes. You bet.